Number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
Sean, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
And can we insult you in any other way, Sean, this morning as we get started?
I wasn't insulting Sean, just
Right.
where he lives.
Right, I got you. Did you say trivia?
Oh, it's very trivial.
Folks in the van thought they just hit a bump, and the radio just sort of had a little hiccup.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Battagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
Brother JJ Jasper.
Great to be here. The wife sent her husband searching all over town for her favorite paper towel. I think it's safe to say he was a bounty hunter. A bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Ed.
no. I got it.
Huh?
I got it.
I'm trying to get
Tim,
all.
I'm really surprised you
Well,
laughed at that one.
I just,
Look, I'm trying to get the bad ones out of my system because tomorrow night I'm going to be doing stand-up comedy at a Wild Game dinner, Wade Baptist Church in Moss Point, just north of Pascagoula, Mississippi. So that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Men, women, boys, and girls. It's free, door prizes. And then I'll be there on Sunday preaching at both morning services. So I appreciate prayers, and if you're in the area, you're invited.
And I encourage people to go. JJ really, now he's very funny, most of the time. But he's also an excellent Bible teacher, an inspiring speaker, and a good preacher, too. The Lord will use him, so make sure you show up.
Well, I
wild
the
game.
prayer.
You do a lot of those wild games.
I do a lot of the wild game, and here
I don't think that's appropriate at church, but anyway, that's
let me say
playing wild
something about
games
that.
like that.
Bear, raccoon, squirrel, duck, it all tastes like chicken. So if you wonder, it's just a little different variation of
Do they
KFC.
really? Not raccoon.
Absolutely. I have had barbecued raccoon. Black bear, I will say, is real gamey and kind of wild and tough,
As opposed to what kind of bear?
like a grizzly or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Grizzlies more.
They don't bring the grizzlies in
more
very
tender. They're
often.
tender.
I'd much rather be eaten by a black bear than a grizzly.
Now, squirrel and dumplings, that's some kind of yummy right there. And duck. Boy, duck is delicious.
I think I'd be more in line with going to a tame game supper than wild
Where
game.
you get chicken that tastes like chicken, right?
Well, these days they do have regular food, because somebody might not really have a penchant for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're invited tomorrow night, Wade Baptist Church in Moss Point, Mississippi.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday, otherwise known as
Learning University.
Learning University's on the air. We got a lot of education to happen today.
And you know what, Tim? Education doesn't just happen. Okay,
You're true.
you got to dig in.
Yeah.
Our students are going to have to put in the work.
Yeah, that's
if
right.
they want to
That's
succeed,
right. Like we did.
like we did,
To get where we are today.
Speaking of education, we're looking out for you. We spring forward this weekend.
Yes.
So don't forget to set your clocks. We're going to lose an hour. And, Tim, since your birthday was Wednesday, you're going to have to set your clock 2 hours ahead. That's the new rule this year.
Is that what it is?
Well, here's the deal. After the state of confusion last night, that's one of the new rules that they implemented.
State of confusion. That's funny.
JJ, are you on
Yeah,
cold
we're
medicine or something?
on fire.
You are
It's on
jacked
fire.
up.
I'm just getting ready for tomorrow night.
You had 4 Red Bulls.
The guy that accidentally put Red Bull instead of water in this coffee, making coffee, he was halfway to work before he realized he left his truck in the driveway.
All right, so here's how we play trivia. We're going to ask 3 questions each, and you're going to ask us a trivia question. It's not first-time callers only, right? It's
No.
not. So here's the rule today on who's eligible to call in. That is, if you haven't been on the air with us in 8 weeks, 8-week waiting period between calls. So if you haven't been on the air with us in 8 weeks, you can call in. New callers are welcome as well, first-timers. Here's the phone number to ask and answer. 888-589-8840. 888-589-8840 is our phone number. You have to be 11 years old
Or older.
To call in and be on the air with us for Trivia Friday. And What else? Got the mystery question?
Well, we do. One of the 9 questions we have is a mystery question. So we know what it is. The listeners don't. But if you call in and answer that question, you hear this sound.
Beloved cowbell shall ring,
It shall ring.
and all the world will know. Do I need to do this again, or is it getting old? This trick I do with the
I think you should come up with a new trick. Now, what you're talking about is where you balance. If you answer the mystery question correctly, folks, you win an AFR tumbler or travel mug. And what Tim does every Friday is he balances it on his head. That's right. I'm not kidding. It is a sight to behold. I think maybe you need to start working on some other maybe trick. See,
You know, this is a special treat.
here I
because
go.
His
Here I
mom,
go. I'm
his
turning.
mom
I'm
is
turning.
Tim's mom is watching. She's
Yes, Miss
looking
Linda.
through the glass here, Miss
Yes,
Linda,
yes.
and sweet, sweet
And
lady.
Yeah, I
is
wanted
what-
to-
This is what 4 years of college education
That's
gets
right.
you.
Yeah. I wanted to mention. I was going to mention a little bit later, but I'll mention now. My mom is watching the show today in studio. She lives not too far from here. Linda Wildman.
Yes.
My mom, whom without I wouldn't be here today.
That's
Correct.
right.
I acknowledge that and recognize that. Anyway, she is here, and we posted pictures. She and I
Oh, good.
She and I-
Oh, wonderful.
You posted a picture of
on Facebook.
her and me.
Who really cares, honestly?
Hey,
I'll go with her. I don't even know why I asked or second guess myself. but her and me. Is that what you said?
No, now if it's the subject of the sentence, it's her and I.
And you call other people grammar Nazis. Okay, so anyway, I did ask the question. You
Yeah.
answered it right. So we posted a picture on our Today's Issues Facebook page of my mom and me just prior to the show here.
That's
today.
right.
And she is watching from the.
and
Peanut
she
gallery.
was a basketball star. That's true. And she went to Blue Mountain Christian College in North Mississippi. And
She was a teacher.
your
too,
mom,
wasn't
she was a home ec teacher,
Home ec
just
teacher.
very talented, very sweet. And your mom and dad were married for many, many years.
Yeah, since 1961, I think, Mom. 61? Yeah. Anyway, so real quick, and then we'll get to the show. So my mom, we're walking in the hall this morning, and,
Yeah.
and she says to me, because Mom's 84. You'll be 84 in June, right? Anyway, she says, when you get older, you shrink.
Now,
She
see,
said-
that's,
she says you get shorter.
yeah.
Well, that is
You
Well,
get
that's important to a basketball star.
And I noticed,
Yes.
Mom, you'd lost like half an inch since last time we were walking down the hall. So anyway,
And the last time I saw her play basketball, she's not able to dunk
No,
anymore.
she-
So that's very
no, right,
discouraging.
she can't dunk anymore. But anyway, yes, played high school basketball. Once scored 52 points, 54.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, she was a basketball star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, your Trivia Friday it is on American Family Radio. You ready to go to the phones in?
Well, we got to give our questions first.
After we give our questions,
Yes,
obviously.
then I will be ready.
I've got Wild Game on my mind. I don't even want to give questions to Trivia Friday.
All right. Can you imagine if we had gone to the phones? Poor Becky
Which
in
questions
South
do you wanna
Carolina
answer?
is first up as well.
No, you're going to have to read our minds. Huh?
It's going to be slightly harder this week.
We're playing Kreskin edition.
All right, here are my 3 questions. On the original Star Trek TV series, the doctor's name was Bones McCoy. What was the character's actual first name? Bones McCoy on Star Trek. What was his
That
actual
sounds like a
first name?
cowboy, honestly.
Bones McCoy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barnes McCoy.
I'm with Tim. I'd follow him to round up the herd.
Yes. Them dogies are following
Oh, Bones McCoy.
bones around today. Watch them.
What'd you make for us for lunch, Bones? All right, in the 1944 Battle of the Bulge, German forces famously laid siege to a town in Belgium. What was the name of the town? What was the central town in the Battle of the Bulge? 3rd question, what is the all-time highest grossing R-rated film in North America? What is the all-time highest grossing R-rated film in North America? And in case you're saying, why are we talking about R-rated movies? I'll give you a hint. It is a Christian movie. All right. That's all I've got.
Here's what I've got. First question from the Bible. Who in the Bible said, "Choose you this day whom you will serve? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Second question, how many U.S. states share a border with Mexico? How many U.S. states share a border with Mexico? Third question, true or false, redheads typically need about 20% more anesthesia than people with other hair color. During surgery, to be able to put them under, redheads typically need about 20% more anesthesia than people with other hair color. Is that true or false?
All right.
What are you laughing about?
No,
Well,
that's just
Okay, because now I have no idea whether this is true or false, but if that's true, you'd better always leave your hair its natural color.
I never even thought
You better
about
not
that.
dye it black, and then the anesthesiologist says, "Well, I didn't know she was redheaded." She wakes up in surgery.
oh, all right. So here are my questions. The expression giving someone the quote third degree comes from where? All right. That's my first question. Where does that originate from? The expression the third degree.
That's a good question.
It always goes back to being a black belt in karate, don't it? Karate aftershave, third degree black belt always has to do with martial arts.
All right, here's my second question. What are the 3 longest running TV game shows in the U.S.?
Oh, these are good questions.
Yeah, they are.
What
know
are
the answers.
What are the 3 longest? You don't have to give them in order, but the 3 longest running TV game shows in the U.S. And finally, a question from the world of science. What are the 2 main sources of oxygen that we get for planet Earth? On planet Earth, what are the 2 main sources of oxygen, without which we wouldn't even be doing this show today?
That's right.
We didn't have the where does our oxygen come from? That's the question. The 2 main sources. Everybody got that?
Got it.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
All right, we go to South Carolina as I promised. And Becky is on the line. Becky, thank you for joining us on Trivia Friday.
Well, good morning, our highly esteemed professors. And I do have my turban on in case y'all didn't get your questions out. So.
You
got
had
your
turban,
what now?
Turban on.
Oh, you're
Her Crescent.
Turban,
Her
you know,
Crescent.
yes.
Hey,
That's Johnny
I'm
Carson.
that
Carson.
old. I know Johnny Carson. I'm old. I know it. I'm calling from the great state of South Carolina. Lamar is in Darlington County. And no, we don't have a Dollar General near. You have to go 5 miles to get to one. So,
Becky, it sounds like you've listened to the show
yes.
before.
Yes, she
You've
has. Long
preempted
time
every
listener.
comment and
you
question.
have made, I cannot tell you how much you have made my day for the last 12, 14 years that I've been listening. I called once back in probably 06 or 08 when our kids were home, and my son still wears his T-shirt. So,
Oh,
we need to bring those T-shirts back.
yeah, you've made our day, Becky. Now,
man,
darling.
those T-shirts rock, man. That gives them something to work on the car with.
Now,
Oh, no, that hurts.
now, Darlington, you're in
I just
NASCAR
teased it
country.
now.
You're in NASCAR country there, aren't you, Becky?
We are,
Yeah.
right? We listen, absolutely. We listen to 90.5 Dillon. That's our station. And y'all have blessed us so much. Honestly, I only listen to the Trivia Friday, but you got me into the Monday through Thursday too, dadgummit.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all right.
Becky, let me just tell you, you called, you said in 2006, and I just want to say I'm proud of you for observing the 18-year waiting period
Yes.
before calling back.
That's right.
Yes, that's what I thought.
That's right.
I thought it was 18 years.
I didn't realize we've been
I
going
thought
that
it was
long.
18. I'm so glad I got through today. Y'all are hilarious.
Where do the
I
years
mean, for
go?
real.
Man. All right, ask, answer, or both. Becky, what you
Yeah.
want to do here?
Can we do please? I would like to do please.
Okay.
Can I ask, since you don't have any Texas toothpick jokes today, can I do the redheads?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It's true or false, Becky. Here's the question. Redheads typically need about 20% more anesthesia than people with other hair color. Is that true or false?
That is 100% true, because I'm a natural redhead who dyes my hair often, and I've woken up several times and under anesthesia.
What?
Yeah.
It is
I think it's true.
100% True.
Good.
Well,
I
and
agree.
Yep.
Becky's attesting to it.
Yeah.
Aye, the Irish. You can't keep them down.
So you got how many?
The Irish.
How many babies did you have?
I have. I had enough. 3. We have 3 children.
3.
We have more than blessed.
What I'm getting at
Yeah,
is
I
that
know-
was
we know
3
what you're
times you
getting
had to
at,
you had to make sure you got the right anesthesia.
Here's the deal. Forget the saddle block. Bring a saddle block and a
There you go.
ball peen hammer. It's going to take a whole lot to keep me under while y'all are doing whatever you're doing. Can y'all believe that at 20% more anesthesia?
Well,
And to your point, people better tell the truth about their hair color so they don't wake up while somebody's working on their intestines.
but I don't know. Becky, what was it like to wake up in the middle of surgery? I mean, were you in terrible pain or?
I was loopy, but I think that's normal for me. No, I woke up and I heard them talking, and I said, "Well, I could teach your daughters because I teach piano." And the surgeon went, "I think we need some more anesthesia over here."
Wow.
They were talking about their children, and I was analyzing. their children.
I would
Yeah.
be saying I'm suing you.
Well, hey, well, look, and how
I'm
many?
suing all of you.
Well, look, and how many?
I'm going to own this hospital.
Look, and how many times did that happen before they? Because you would think, well, surely
Right.
hair color's not a factor.
Yeah.
And then after
Right.
the people that went through
Yeah.
that over and over and over said, "Hey, we've discovered something," and who would have thunk it?
Yeah. All right.
What's your
thank
question
you.
for us,
Yeah,
Becky?
A little more stubborn.
What's
All
your?
right, it's a Bible question.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
According to the Gospels, what is the name of the angel who declared Christ's birth to the shepherds? To the shepherds.
Okay, hang on, Becky. We're going to talk amongst ourselves here for a minute. Don't say yes or no.
Was
that
it
angel?
Gabriel or was it a name?
I don't think he was named. Was it?
The archangel.
I thought it was
Well,
just
I thought
an
it was
angel
just-
appeared.
That's right. I think
Do you think was it Gabriel?
I-
I don't think so.
I'm going to say Gabriel, but she may be like, hey, it wasn't named.
gonna
It's
say
a little bit of
Gabriel,
a trick
too.
question, but I'm going to say Gabriel because he showed up a lot.
All right, I'm going to say I don't think it was
Unknown angel.
I think it was unknown angel, undercover angel.
Had a paper bag
That
on
It
was
his
was
a
an
head.
song.
Asian angel.
Who was it?
His name was Lo. His name was Lo.
Oh, he's an
Oh.
Lo,
Asian.
the angel of the Lord.
There you go.
so Gabriel-
Like Andy. Andy
That's
walks
for
with me.
JJ.
Andy talks with me. Hey, thank you.
Andy walks with me. Yes.
Andy.
Becky, you made our day.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you. Have a
thank you,
great
Becky.
weekend.
All right. Just give me 10 seconds on this.
Okay.
She said Asian, didn't she? Asian angel?
No, she said low.
Lowe was his name. It was a joke, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought she meant like, well, never mind. It's
Well, I did know a guy who
name Low.
who was Asian. His name was Low Key.
Okay.
He was very laid back.
Back to the phones, Ed.
I just couldn't help it.
There's-
JJ's rubbing off.
There are some trails we could take right there in that conversation, which JJ and I are thinking about, but I think it would be a waste of time.
Okay.
In the end.
We go to Texas, and John is on the line. John, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey guys,
Hey, good morning,
Hello?
Brother John. Where are you calling
yes,
from?
this is. I'm calling from Tyler, Texas, but this is John, formerly of Cut and Shoot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Long
John.
time listener and many time caller. We've
Yeah.
in Tyler now.
Yeah. John,
Yeah.
does your wife have red hair? Because I got good news and bad news for you if she does.
Yes, she's a redhead.
Well, then you already know. Hey,
So-
listen, you want to ask, answer,
Yeah.
or do both, sir?
I want to do both, but first I want to congratulate Tim, okay, on being 732 months old.
Yeah. Well, thank you very
Good.
much.
Yeah, you make it sound a little worse when you put it like that.
But that,
Yeah.
March 6th was my birthday. Which,
3 of the 4 siblings all have the same birthday. That's pretty cool.
yeah, three of the 4. Yeah. All the same birthday.
All right.
And
Which question you want to answer,
and also,
John?
well, I do want to thank AFR and Tim for having Reverend Wildman's the program that comes on.
Oh, yeah,
every-
it's my
30
turn.
minutes. It's my turn.
Yeah, it's
I
my
look
turn.
forward
Come.
to that. Yeah, I look forward to that like I used to look forward to Paul Harvey. I think of your dad the same way.
Well, that's a very complimentary of you, brother John. Yeah, we air the It's My Turn commentary by my father.
It's still excellent.
Yeah,
Even
those are timeless.
timeless. Yeah.
Stories. All right, ask, answer, or both, John.
Okay, I want to do both, and one I'm going to take a. Well, I know the Battle of the Bulge question, I believe.
All right. Well, here's the question, John.
I think that does this have to do with after Christmas?
Well, many people fight a losing battle.
And
Yeah.
tryptophan
Right.
question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right. In the 1944 Battle of the Bulge, German forces famously laid siege to a town in Belgium. What was the name of the town?
It was Bastogne.
That is correct.
Oh!
And that
Hey,
is
John.
a mystery question.
All right.
Way to go,
Thank
John.
you.
You the man. You know your World
Yeah.
War II history. That was a big. By
Yeah.
the way, it's my mom who's here watching the show. A good friend of hers, a couple, the man, his dad fought in the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh, wow. A lot of hardship and suffering in that battle for
Yeah.
U.S.
A lot of history there. a lot
he
of
did
military
lost one of his limbs.
history.
Oh,
So that we have a family connection to
Yeah.
Yeah,
that. you know.
and we
Wow.
can't say thank you enough to those of you who have served and who are currently in uniform.
All right. All right, go, John.
So, John, make sure you know the drill. When we're finished with you on the air, don't hang up. We'll put you on hold. Cindy Roberts will get your information, and we will get an AFR travel mug out to you ASAP. So, well played, sir. What's your question for us?
Okay. St. Patrick's Day is coming up here pretty quick. And St. Patrick in Latin was pronounced Patricius. What does that word mean?
Okay, hang on one second, John. We're going to talk amongst ourselves. I think it has something to do with father. I think because, the pater familiar. Well, that would be pater
And
rather
you
than
got
patrice.
Padre.
You know what?
and all
I
the
don't.
other-
They
I think
do.
I'm wrong on that one.
I don't know.
I'm going to say it has something to do with snakes, with
Okay.
the snakes on the island and
Yeah.
all that.
All right. So we got one guess. I
Father
don't really
and
know.
snakes. How close are we?
Well, it actually means nobleman.
Nobleman.
I was close.
Nobleman.
And JJ, since you brought it up, maybe feel free to use this unless you already know. Why did St. Patrick drive snakes out of Ireland?
Because they couldn't drive themselves. They didn't have their driver's license.
No, because they didn't have legs, they couldn't walk.
There you go.
Hey, John, great trivia.
Stay on the line so we can send you that travel mug.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on winning the mystery question.
All right, folks, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, more of Trivia Friday. We'll reset our questions and go back to the phones. We have Larry in Alabama, Lori in Georgia, Bob in Texas, Barry in Tennessee, and more are on the board calling in. You're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Again, we'll be back in a few minutes. Please join us.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildman.
If there is any subject a person needs to know how to deal effectively with in our tension-filled, hurried world, it is worry. Worry is an ever-present temptation and torment to modern man. What is worry? You know, it's not an easy word to define. But I feel we're safe if we define worry as undue concern. Not lack of concern now, but undue concern. It is difficult in this world in which we live not to have this undue concern. Worry may also be classified as a lack of security. When we aren't sure, lack security, we worry. Elizabeth Cheney wrote a poem which expresses this thought, and this is the way she stated it. Said the robin to the sparrow, I should really like to know why those anxious human beings rush about and worry so. Said the sparrow to the robin, friend, I think that it must be that they have no heavenly Father such as cares for you and me. Worry isn't valid concern. We need valid concern. We do not need a careless, what does it matter attitude. But we do need a genuine, valid, and sincere concern. One of the great evils of worry is that it is wasted energy. For often the things we spend time worrying about never come to pass. Someone has stated that the devil would continually have us crossing streams that do not exist. What then are the results of worry? Well, worry certainly doesn't help solve our problems or even cause them to change their nature. It is only expended energy. Worry hurts our physical bodies and saps our strength. A very large percentage of heart attacks, ulcers, and various other physical ills owe their existence to worry. Not only that, but worry creates a negative attitude in us, makes us look for the worst instead of the best. Worry causes us to see the thorns instead of the roses in the flower garden of life. My experience has been that the person who worries is continually looking for and expecting the worst. He simply doesn't enjoy life and in general makes life miserable for those around him. Worry also keeps us from being the creative person God wants us to be. No person can be at his best creatively if he's weighted down by worry. I guess the important question is this: how do we overcome worry? Well, we overcome worry through security. If a person has security, the tendency to worry disappears. We can get security by doing our best and leaving the rest to God. That man is blessed, wrote Charles Dickens, who does his best and leaves the rest. Then do not worry. Fear causes worry. Faith is the answer to fear. Thus, a genuinely deep-rooted faith in God is of very much practical help to modern man. Too many of us want to do our jobs all by ourselves. Consequently, we come to rely only on ourselves. We must learn to leave something for God. We can also overcome worry by going to work to prevent that which we worry about. Action is a good antidote for worry. When we tend to worry, trust God, get busy, and do our best, and then leave the rest to Him.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildman, a production of the American Family Association.
We give thanks to God always for all of you, constantly mentioning you in our prayers, remembering before our God and Father your work of faith and labor of love and steadfastness of hope in our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Thessalonians 1:3.
American Family Radio.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
All right, we had a Vinnie Barbarino question last week, so I thought we'd play a little Welcome Back Kotter. Question from last week was, what was the name of John Travolta's character on the popular 70s sitcom show? Welcome Back Kotter, and Vinnie Barbarino was the answer.
One of those names where you just like saying it.
Vinny
Barbarino.
Vinnie
Kind of
Barbarino.
David Ramaswamy.
Yes, that's right,
I think
exactly.
that Vinny was a little easier to say.
Yeah. Yes. All right, repeat our questions, then back to the phones.
All right, on the original Star Trek TV series, the Doctor's character was Bones McCoy. What was the character's actual first name? I'm talking about on the show. Second question, what is the all-time highest grossing R-rated film in North America? And in case you're wondering why I'm talking about an R-rated film, It was a Christian movie. So there's a hint for you. Third question, I'll add one. In the book of Acts, who is the first Gentile non-Jewish convert? I'm explaining what Gentile means, non-Jewish. In the book of Acts, who is the first Gentile or non-Jewish convert? That's what I've got.
Here's what I've got. First question from the Bible. Who in the Bible said, "Choose you this day whom you will serve? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Second question, how many U.S. states share a border with Mexico? How many U.S. states share a border with Mexico? I'll add one, and since my true or false question got answered, I'm going to add another true or false question. True or false? A cockroach can live 9 days without its head before it dies of starvation. A cockroach can live 9 days without its head. Is that true or false?
Does he have a say in this? I wouldn't. Would you want to live like that?
If this
Listen, I've gone days. My wife says I've gone hours without using my head. So
look, if this is true, a whole lot of teams have missed the mark, saying we're the Cougars, we're the Mustangs, we're the Bears.
Yeah.
You say we're the Cockroaches, and you say, well, what? Look, they can live 9 days after their head's cut off.
That's right.
We're unstoppable.
The cockroach says to the chicken, "What's this?"
Here's the deal. Where did the cockroach cross the road for? Well, he didn't have to even worry about it. The chickens and the possums were all out there, but he could last 9 days no matter what.
All right, my question is, if you can get this question correctly without looking it up, I'll send you an AFR stainless steel travel mug, okay? So you get one of these if you can answer this question without looking it up. What are the 3 longest running TV game shows in the U.S.? Number 2, the expression "the third degree," where do we get that from? Where does that originate from? If somebody says, well, they
gave me the third
they
degree.
gave me the third degree,
That's
where
good.
does that
Good
come
question.
from?
Right.
And finally, from the world of science, we have 2 main sources of oxygen in this world, on this planet, and I want to know what they are. There's one of them's pretty commonly known, but the other one maybe not so much. So there you go. Those are my questions. Back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Alabama, and Larry is on the line. Larry, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good to be back.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. No, I won't go there, Larry. Thank you for calling. And where do you live in Alabama?
I'm the Quad Cities Larry.
The only one there?
Well,
There you
as
go.
opposed to Mobile
Yeah,
Larry.
I've called in before.
Yes,
Montgomery
sir.
Larry.
Muscle
Got it.
Shoals, Sheffield, Tuscumbia, and Florence. How'd I do, Larry?
You got it, 100%.
Hey, you want to ask, answer, or do both, sir?
I'm going to try both.
Which one you feel confident about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try the 3 game shows.
Uh-oh.
All right, you got
Here we
a
go.
stainless steel travel mug
Riding on this.
made in Angola, and we're gonna send. I
Made
think
in
that's-
Angola.
I think that's what it says.
So-
on the
Totally
bottom here.
random.
So, Larry, it's up to you whether you pick the box or the curtain to see how well you do on this.
Hey, chili. Anyway, all right. Here's a question that Larry's going to answer, and that is this: what are the 3 longest running TV game shows in the U.S.? And you're going to answer this without looking it up. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Price is Right, Jeopardy, and I need a little help with this. I can't think of the name of it, but it was Vanna White and Pat Sajak. I can't.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do it for you. You ready for it? Wheel of Fortune.
There you go.
Hey, you got it right.
He got all-
You got it.
That's all 3?
You got them right, and he got
Let's make a deal. Wasn't
and
on there?
he got them in order. No, but that's top 10. But yeah, so Larry, you got it right.
Wow, way to go, Larry.
Price is Right has been on for 60 years.
Wow.
Jeopardy. He did say Jeopardy, didn't he?
Yes. Number 2.
Number 2, 54 years. And Wheel of Fortune has been on for 48 years.
Has
You can
Pat
believe that.
Sajak been doing it the whole time?
Yeah. I was going
Wow.
to save that question till next week, but
Pat,
all right.
Pat, cockroach, say Jack.
Yeah, right. Wheel
But you
of
can
Fortune.
still use it. next week.
Listen.
That's remarkable.
So what was he? So that was those were the 3, and you got them right, Larry. Way to go!
Now he won. Was that up? Was
Travel mug.
Yeah, I
Trout?
guess the
Yeah,
travel mug.
travel mug.
Hey,
was
just
up for
a
grabs.
personal anecdote to the to that question. I had an aunt. My aunt, she's deceased, but my aunt, she went to New York, and this would have been in the '60s, and she appeared on The Price is Right, and she won furniture.
Wow. How
Yeah.
cool is that?
Yeah, you want to touch me?
I do.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't do it.
I'm like gold.
No, but he's
I'm
as long
related,
as you got
Not a
that.
bro.
Yeah, as long as him and Kevin Bacon, if there's a
Right.
space between him and Kevin Bacon and his aunt, that's a
I
pretty
I was
big
always
deal.
terrible at watching that show. I could never guess anything close to the
On The Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Price is Right. Oh yeah. All right. So anyway, Larry, way to go, brother. And what's your question for us?
Let's see. Mount Everest is located in what mountain range? The Andes,
Himalayas.
the Alps,
Right.
or the Himalayas?
Himalayas.
now,
Tim Wildman knew that.
You turned Himalayas into 7 syllables there, Larry. That was quite impressive, brother. That's down home Himalayas right there. But we got it right? Himalayas.
Yeah, yes, sir. You nailed it. You
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yes.
Mount Everest. That's over Nepal area.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it's over there. But
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, it's over
Yeah.
there. Anyway,
I just put on a new Dollar General at the foot of it, so that's good. Get your
we knew we'd have the Dollar General joke in. Anyway, you got to go west of Arkansas to get there. You keep
can
going.
get anywhere going west of Arkansas.
Hey, Larry,
Yes,
you have
yes.
a great weekend.
Thank you, Larry.
Hey, Larry, stay on the phone.
That's right.
We're going to put you on hold, and Cindy Roberts will get your information, and we will get an AFR travel mug from Chile sent right to your door.
Price is Right, number 1. Jeopardy, number 2. And Wheel of Fortune, number 3. The longest 3 running game shows in the U.S.
That's
Did
just
you guys
stunning
ever
how
watch
popular
any
it
of
is.
those?
I watched them all.
Yeah, I mean,
Here-
periodically.
here and there. I
Right.
mean,
when hockey is
Kind of hard to miss, with them being on so
Yeah.
long.
Jeopardy. I guess of those 3, I like Jeopardy best. Well, Jeopardy's a lot of
It's
trivia
like
like we do
trivia,
here.
That's
yeah.
right.
All right, back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Georgia, and Lori is
Georgia.
on the line. Is it on your mind, Tim?
Yeah.
All right, Lori, welcome to Trivia
they
Friday.
do.
Yes. Hi.
Hey, Lori.
It's been a while.
It sure has, Lori. We've been wondering where you've been.
Oh, I've been.
You don't.
I'm still here. I've been trying and trying.
We hadn't seen you in church the
thought-
last
yeah,
couple of
thought
weeks. Just
maybe
wondering where you were.
Rumor was you had a gambling problem, but it was just a rumor. I told her. Yeah, I told everybody that shouldn't be sharing rumors.
Right.
You know, so
That's
I,
right.
I don't do it.
Well, some people say.
Some people say.
I don't say it, but
Yeah,
some people say.
Hey, Lori, ask, answer, or do
Yes.
both.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do both.
Which one you want to answer?
JJ's Bible question.
Okay, here's the question. Who in the Bible said, "Choose you this day whom you will serve? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord."
It was Joshua fits the battle of Jericho, Jericho.
All right.
Nicely done.
Joshua fits the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down.
Hey, you got a nice
Yes,
voice.
nicely done.
Lori.
Absolutely,
Nice little
Lori.
extra to answering
I'm
the question.
doing a lot of it.
When did you learn that song? That song goes back to like Vacation Bible School days,
Oh,
right?
I've known it for.
Since you were a
Well,
kid.
longer than Wheel of
When I
Fortune's
was
been on?
Longer than that. Probably.
Hey, and that's Joshua 24:15, and there is a little more to the verse because he was just finishing up his life and career. Choose you this day whom you will serve, the gods across the river, or, the one true God, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You see it on a lot of plaques and T-shirts and things. Very, very bold declaration, words to live by.
He also said, if you think it evil to serve the Lord, then choose whom you will serve.
There you go. Hey, what's your question for us, Lori?
My question, it's a baseball question.
Tim is ready.
Right now.
Bring it.
Oh, good. Can you tell me what is a double overhanded yellow hammer?
A double overhanded yellow hammer?
I seen one out in the yard once when me and the missus were getting into bird watching. And I said, that looks like, right there on the feeder, that looks like a double overhanded, underhanded yellow hammer.
I'll tell you what it sounds like, Lori. Sounds like a drink.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yeah. I don't drink alcohol.
Now, how do you guys?
I'm just saying that sounds like something you get at the bar. Give me a double hammer.
Right there.
I've had a long day. I need a double hammer, yellow hammer.
Hey, what about you guys? Both of you baseball
I've never heard
aficionados,
that.
and
I've never heard that.
No, wait.
Say it again. What is it?
Is it? Go ahead.
It's a double overhanded yellow hammer.
It's going to be some kind of pitch, guys, like a
I-
screwball or some kind of secret weapon pitch.
I've never heard that at all.
I haven't either.
That expression.
All right, what's the answer?
It is the curveball.
Why don't you just say
I don't know why
curveball?
you call it that. Curveball is a double overhanded yellow hammer.
Now, did somebody in your neighborhood say that, or was that one of the original names of it?
It's an Indian word.
You will hear it.
If
If you listen to the Braves radio network, you will hear it once in a while.
Braves.
The Braves radio.
Yeah, I've known that for
You just said it, Tim.
Mhm.
You called it.
I listen to the Braves.
Yeah. Indian. Well, yeah, there you go. So the Braves, are they going to be good this year?
I think so.
Everybody's good before they start the season, aren't they?
Bullpen, and of course Acuna is the number one player in
Yes.
everything.
Now, I haven't watched in a while. Is Dale Murphy still playing?
Oh no! Well, there is a Sean Murphy. There is a Murphy on the team. He's the catcher.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got to start watching
don't think-
again.
yeah.
The 90s or something.
Glenn Mother Hubbard's not at second base. Thank you, Lori.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you, Lori.
That was you're going all the way back to
That's the 90s.
the 80s.
Probably.
Those the 80s?
Oh yeah, that's
I think
you're
so.
talking
Oh, 'cause
80s.
90s, they had all those good pitchers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they had some
90s.
good
Yeah,
teams.
but the 80s that's when WTBS came on and the Braves
Yeah.
went national.
And poor Dale Murphy, that was before like a lot of free agency and stuff like that. That guy was just stuck on a bad team. Great ball player. Went to the All-Star game
The
every
MVP
year.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Dale Murphy.
I saw him play in the old stadium, and so I don't know when they put
like
the
Fulton
new.
County or the one between Olympic that second.
I don't remember that. I know we pulled up in horse and wagon, so wherever they were, whenever we hitched, they had a hitching post out
Yes.
front. No, how long's that new stadium been right there on the interstate? How long?
About 5 years.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. If you want to listen to any of we've got the trivia shows. We've got a backlog in podcasts, so I don't know how far it goes back, a year or so or longer, who knows. But if you want to listen to some of our prior trivia shows, just go to afr.net, click on podcast, and then click on Trivia Friday.
Tim, since you're giving a little bit of housekeeping, can I make mention of something? Easter, the end of March, which right around the corner, we've got our Easter buttons. So it's time sensitive. Christmas time, that's very popular. Our Christmas buttons, kind of a silent witness wear to say this is the real reason for the season. Same thing for our Easter buttons. But if you wanted to order those, you probably want to do that pretty quickly so we can get those to you in the mail. You can go to our store, AFA Resources.
Resources.afa.net.
That's right. Very attractive Easter buttons, and you can just be in line without saying anything, and people can see that button, and just a nice little, as I said, witness wear.
Back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Texas, and Bob is on the line. Bob, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Well, hello, professors.
Thank you, Brother Bob. Thanks for calling. Where do you live in Texas?
I live in the big city of Greenville.
Okay, yeah, that's where our station is. You know that already, but...
Yeah, I live about 5 miles from the tower.
Okay.
So I get really good reception on it. You know, I can pick you up all the way down to Waco on that tower, but I can't pick you up in Sulphur Springs.
Huh. Now, we have a different radio station down in Waco. You sure that's not it?
No, it's the same one.
If you're that close to the tower,
same station all the way down there.
yeah, if he's that close to the tower, he hears the AFR coming through
Well,
the
you know,
toaster occasionally.
You would think that if we could do that with our AFR signal there, the Cowboys could win one playoff game. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Bob?
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you? Yeah.
But
that ain't
anyway.
happening.
All right, Bob, thanks for calling, brothers, and thanks for listening there. Ask, answer, or both?
I'm going to try to do both.
Okay, which one you want to answer?
I want to try to answer the Star Trek question about Bones McCoy.
All right, Bob, here's the question. On the original Star Trek TV series, the Doctor's character was Bones McCoy. What was the character's actual first name?
I believe it was Leonard.
It was Leonard McCoy.
Nicely done.
Way to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leonard, that was his name?
Thank you.
Where was he from?
Iowa, somewhere.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Just made it up to the Star Trek 5-year launching, huh?
I think Captain Kirk was from Iowa.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't think of anything else, so I went with Kirk's.
Now, whichever
home
one of you
state.
guys said that he'd make a good cowboy, that's still stuck in my head, Tim, because a lasso and some spurs and a name like Bones McCoy, I'd follow him anywhere up
You
the
got
trail.
that right. Them dogies will follow him, too.
I think you just like saying dogies.
I don't even know what they are, but
A cow.
I hear people.
Come on, little
cow.
dogies.
Come here, little dogie.
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't hear it much now.
Are they cattle? Is that what dogies are called? Is that cattle?
I think they're just cattle. I think that's.
And I'll tell you what else is a cattle name is heifer. You don't hear that much unless somebody's talking about their neighbor.
No,
neighbor
yeah,
next door.
And that's really hurtful
That is.
when you refer to people that
That's
way.
exactly right.
Huh?
We don't recommend that at all.
That's right. All right.
What's your question for us, Bob?
We're stuck right there.
Yeah.
We got to move on. There's nowhere to go.
Okay,
Good.
this is a basketball question. Who was the first professional basketball player to be accredited with shattering a glass back?
Okay, I think I know this.
All right.
It
Don't
was,
say yes or no, Bob.
the guy who was the rifleman. That sounds crazy, but the rifleman.
Oh,
No,
Chuck
I know who it is, Bob. I think I know who it is. JJ may be right. You're talking about
Chuck Connors.
Okay.
A
You may be right.
professional water skier, basketball player, and he was the rifleman.
Okay. Are you talking about like in an NBA game, Bob? Bob?
And it was it
Chocolate
shattered
Thunder.
because the basketball goal was put on there wrong.
Okay, his nickname was the Chocolate Thunder, and
Wow, Tim knows it all.
he was played for the Philadelphia 76ers.
It wasn't Carl.
Wasn't Malone. It
no,
was
it
like
was-
Dawkins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Daryl
Wow.
Dawkins.
Daryl Dawkins. Is that right?
Is that it?
No, it was Chuck Connors.
Oh,
JJ.
wait, he played in the NBA?
I tried to tell you guys. He was amazing.
Not only that, but he played professional baseball also.
Professional baseball.
He played in games? with
Professional
professional
basketball. Water skier, professional
Yes,
water skier, and on the rifleman. And I can do two things well. That's not fair. There's nothing fair in the
No,
universe when you look at that.
Chuck Connors, NBA? Okay, then. I guess so.
But now who's
Yes,
Bob?
that
Bob,
was him.
Hey, Bob, do you know who Tim's talking about? Because he had a lot of good basketball trivia on that guy.
No, Chocolate Thunder, I have no idea who that
Okay.
is.
You sure he wasn't a wrestler?
This would have been probably 1980, 81,
Yeah.
79, right in there. His name was Daryl Dawkins. He played for he was 6'11", just a monster like Shaq O'Neal. He's maybe even more muscular. And he shattered a basketball goal with a dunk. In a game, in an NBA game, and his nickname was Chocolate Thunder.
Right.
He went on to be a wrestler. I've seen him come off the turnbuckles against
Chocolate Thunder?
Yeah, against the Kentucky Headhunters.
Yeah.
And the Lawler, the King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went down. All right.
All right. Bob,
thanks, Bob.
Thank you, brother. You have a great weekend. Don't forget to turn your clocks forward, right?
Yeah, spring forward.
Okay, JJ, way to go on the answer. Just a little to add to that, according to the Wikipedia page on Chuck Connors, he was one of only 13 athletes in the history of American professional sports to have played in both a Major League Baseball, played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs, and the NBA, played for the Celtics in 46 to 48.
Wow.
That's a lot of talent right there.
40-year film and television career. Anyway, that's stunning.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have about 3 stories to tell my grandkids.
Right.
And he's sitting out there on the porch saying, well, what do you want? What topic? You just name a topic, and I'll tell you about the time I did this.
I know. And then the rifleman.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, that wasn't too shabby.
No, that was a great show.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. We also call this Learning University. I think the best thing we can do at this point, because we're going to run out of time, is repeat our questions, and then we don't have to do it when we come back from the break.
Right.
Okay? Repeat our questions that have
heretofore
gone unanswered. And JJ, I tell you before we do that, JJ, you got what do you got there?
Got a little calendar here. Tomorrow,
your calendar, right?
Yes, tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock, Wild Game Dinner at Wade Baptist Church in Moss Point, Mississippi. Sunday morning, two morning services. I'll be preaching. March the 21st.
You're going to preach 2?
Yes.
Same message?
Yes, sir. That and the 2 early
Same jokes?
No jokes on Sunday morning.
Okay.
March the 21st, stand-up comedy at Hillcrest Baptist Church in New Albany, Mississippi, to benefit First Choice Center for Women. March the 23rd, stand-up comedy, North Iowa Community College, fundraiser for the North Iowa Christian School. That's Mason City, Iowa. They've already sold 600 tickets.
Wow.
And that's March the 23rd.
That's huge.
And that's a big auditorium. There are still tickets available, and they're cheaper now if you get them than they will be at the door.
I see a big, long list of places you're going to be going. Where can folks go to see that calendar?
JJJasper.com, and the calendar may or may not be up to date.
You say that every week.
JJJasper.com, but some wonderful opportunities in Texas and Arkansas and Alabama. I'm so grateful for these open doors, and I honestly covet your prayers for these opportunities.
All right, here are my 3 questions. Oh, well, that one was answered, so I will add another one. What is the all-time highest-grossing R-rated film in North America? It is a Christian film. In the book of Acts, who was the first Gentile, that is, non-Jewish convert? And how much of the earth is covered by water? Is it roughly 50%, 60%, 70%, or 80%?
How many U.S. states share a border with Mexico? Second question, a cockroach can live 9 days without its head, true or false? Third question, I'll add one. Which U.S. president had a sign on his desk that read, "The buck stops here"?
What is the origin of the expression, the third degree? Where does that come from? When you give somebody the third degree, what's the origins of that expression? And number 2, 2 main sources of oxygen on planet Earth. What are they? I want to know the answer to that question. We'll be back in just a few minutes, and we'll roll on with more calls from across the country.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
It's good to reflect on God's Word. With the Faithful Reflections devotional book, you can enjoy a daily reading that includes commentary on a scripture reference written by an AFA staff member. There's even extra space to jot down your own thoughts. For a limited time, Faithful Reflections Devotions from AFA staff is available for the special price of $12. Get yours today at resources.afa.net.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
For American Family News, I'm Chris Woodward. Democrats are giving President Joe Biden an attaboy about this year's State of the Union address. This is House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah, President Biden laid out a comprehensive vision for fixing our broken immigration system and addressing the challenges at the border.
On the other side of the coin is Fox News contributor Joe Contra. He said the speech did nothing to broaden Biden's appeal beyond his usual voters.
This felt like a speech that was catered to the MSNBC crowd, CNN crowd, the type of people that will read the New York Times op-ed and Washington Post op-ed pages on a daily basis. They loved it, yes, but did it really appeal to the independents out there?
Speaking of independent or uncommitted voters, some of them gathered last night in Michigan for an abandoned Biden viewing of the State of the Union. Fox's Jeff Manasso has more.
A political watch party is typically thrown in support of a political candidate. Not the case Thursday night in Dearborn in suburban Detroit, home to the largest Arab American population in the U.S. and members of a growing abandoned Biden campaign over his support for Israel. Their work is not an endorsement of former President Donald Trump.
Liberals talk a lot about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but in a recent editorial, an education writer says in reality, neo-Marxists are notorious hypocrites for doing the opposite of what they preach. Bob Kellogg has details.
Lori Higgins of Breakthrough Ideas points to the scandal surrounding former Harvard President Claudine Gay, a black woman, as a prime example. Soon after her ignominious resignation last year involving her congressional testimony, it was discovered Gay was guilty of plagiarism.
She didn't even apologize for it. Instead, she turned it back on herself and said she was distressed that now doubt has been cast on her commitment to upholding scholarly rigor.
Higgins says liberal academicians are also prone to overlook hiring candidates' merit or scholarly qualifications, preferring instead to look at race and sexual proclivity.
You have this bad idea that we're going to judge people by the color of their skin or their biological sex or their cross-dressing habits. So we're going to overlook other more relevant academic criteria, which is why we're seeing this plague of plagiarism.
Higgins also notes that 1 month after Gay's resignation, Harvard's chief DEI officer was alleged to have committed dozens of acts of plagiarism. I'm Bob Kellogg.
A bill in Florida to allow volunteer chaplains in schools is headed for the desk of Governor Ron DeSantis. Critics say religion should be kept out of schools, but supporters argue the measure will provide children with another resource. They add that chaplains serve other government roles, such as police or military chaplains. Schools would have to publish online the names and religions of chaplains picked to participate in the program, and parents would have to give permission before children could meet with chaplains. 2 D.C. sports teams have failed to reach a deal that would relocate them to Virginia. Here's Fox's Jared Max.
Having played in the same arena in Washington, D.C., located between the U.S. Capitol and the White House since late 1997, the NBA's Washington Wizards and NHL's Washington Capitals appear to be in place to remain in the District of Columbia, for now at least. Team's owner Ted Leonsis with Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin announced plans to move the Wizards and Capitals out of D.C., around 6 miles away to the Potomac Yard area in Alexandria, Virginia. The plan disappeared Thursday when the Virginia state budget was presented, without a new multi-sports arena included.
In final news, United Health is restoring its digital systems after suffering a ransomware attack. Fox reporter Jeannie Casola.
United Health now predicts it will have its Change Healthcare medical claims software and network restored in a couple of weeks. Pharmacy claims and payment systems are back up, and electronic payments will be available starting March 15th. It was forced to disconnect more than 100 services, including insurance billing and payments, after a ransomware attack that began February 21st.
That's all our time for now. Find more news on afn.net.
AFR programming is now available on Alexa.
You're joking, right?
Nope, not joking.
Seriously?
Yep, this is not a drill.
Wait a minute. No way.
There's a way. The Alexa way. So if you just happen to miss your favorite shows, no worries. You can now listen to each podcast with Alexa. It's simple and it's free. Just visit afr.net/apps and click Alexa. We're not joking.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Hey, welcome back to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. We got 25 more minutes of the show. Today, I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Vitagliano.
Today, you're Tim Wildman?
Yeah.
What were you yesterday?
Well, we all have issues, Ed. Mine happens to be split personality.
Well, he was doing pretty successful on that witness protection program until you messed
Right.
that up.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Ed.
you very much for my life at risk.
Hey, guys, may I mention
I
this?
got to introduce you, J.J. Jasper.
You've already said this,
Yes.
but last week we had a dear friend, a coworker, Ron Cook, pass away. 14, 15 years here on this campus before he was the station manager in the Quad Cities in Illinois. Such a kind, jolly servant, and he is really going to be missed. And I was talking to him Friday. We were leaving at the same time. Last Friday, going out the door. Have a good weekend. That was on Friday. And he passed away on Saturday. So pray for his family. But for you listening, life is precious, but it's also fragile. You never know when it's going to be your last opportunity to say I love you to someone you care about. But what a wonderful guy, and I just wanted to say that to honor him.
Amen.
Amen.
Back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to North Carolina, and Debbie is on the line. Debbie, thank you for joining us here on Trivia Friday.
Hello.
Hey, Debbie.
How are you?
Where do you live in North Carolina?
I'm down near the East Coast at the beach, Topsail Island.
Is that near
Near Wilmington.
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 Okay.
Yes,
Wilmington.
I was
Yeah.
there a few years ago speaking at a pregnancy center banquet. Beautiful. And what they've done down there on your beach with all the new things they put down there, that's spectacular.
Yeah, and everybody else thinks so too.
Yeah.
Get crowded in the
Kind of
summer.
opened up the floodgate, huh?
They definitely have. They sure have.
All right. Well, listen, Debbie, thanks for calling. Ask, answer, or both.
Well, Larry stole my coffee cup. I was going to answer that question about the game shows, but he got it and got my coffee cup. So
Well, you know what I'm going to do, Debbie? I'm feeling generous today. And
you are Tim today.
I am Tim today. And if you want to answer another question, because you had that one earlier, and because I like power, you know.
even though I'm a Roll Tide fan.
Oh,
well,
no.
I'm
should
going
have
to
said
just
that
take
earlier.
that away. Then I'm going to take the whole
Right.
thing away.
You almost had a.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, listen, we love our listeners who are Alabama.
Yes,
But
we do.
what's an Alabama fan doing in the Tar Heel state? How to explain that, Debbie?
The old man's from down there in Chilton County, so we've been fans for years.
Okay.
The old man.
That's good.
Well, listen, yes.
Yep.
Hey, I can roll Tide.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's different to love our listeners who happen to be Alabama fans. That's different than loving the University of Alabama.
And just don't call me on game day.
Yes, that's
Game
right.
day, the attitude change.
Now, what were you about to offer up? I think we were assuming what's about to happen with Debbie.
Oh, you can. Yeah, if you can answer a different
One of our
question,
questions.
a different question, right? We'll send you a stainless steel AFR balance on your head travel mug. Okay.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I want to do the one about the longest rated R movie.
Okay.
Made
Let
the
me-
most money or something.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and
ask the question.
Ask the question again. What is the all-time highest-grossing R-rated film in North America?
Is it The Passion?
It is The Passion of the Christ.
Wow.
That's highest grossing.
Mel Gibson movie.
Yeah.
Is that 20 years
That,
ago
that
now?
would be good to watch.
That may be closer to 25.
Wow. Well,
You know
I have the DVD or maybe even the video.
Surely that's not a VHS. Is that?
No. That's.
I think it's about 20
Bobby, you may
years
be able
ago.
to get it.
We watched that a couple of
Or
years
maybe-
ago. we had a college Bible study, and it was coming up on Easter. And so instead of doing the Bible study, just last minute, we watched that, and a lot of the college kids had not seen it.
Oh,
there was not a dry eye in the room.
Yeah,
it is so graphic. Probably the
that's
violence
why it was,
is what they.
That's why it was.
But it's the clearest, in my opinion, the clearest picture of the realism of what Jesus went through, how he was tortured for us, and willingly went to the cross to take our penalty.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
Hey, Debbie. Don't forget, when you're finished, you have a question for us. When you're finished, stay on the line. We'll put you on hold. Cindy Roberts will get your information, and we will get a travel mug out in the mail to you.
Great question, Ed.
Well, thank y'all for that. My question is, I saw this the other day, and I thought it would be a nice question. What license plate has the slogan, "In taxation without representation"?
What state?
What license plate has that on there?
In taxation without representation. They're probably going to say D.C. Probably.
That's right.
Guessing.
It is,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Is it?
That's great.
That's Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Way to go,
Tim.
Tim.
There's a whole other story
They're
to
wanting
that.
to be a state.
Yeah, and that's absolutely ridiculous. And the District of Columbia is a federal city, and it was intended to be independent for
that reason.
For politics, and it's a city, but you can't make it a state anyway.
Right.
But that they claim, hey, we're being taxed without representation.
Yeah.
And my thing is, well, then move to Virginia.
That's right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Quit you complaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
we'll put you on hold, so don't hang up.
You're
I'm glad for Debbie. She got her. Yeah, that was nice
good.
of you to give her a travel mug.
Yeah. All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on AFR. Tim, Ed, and JJ. Back to the phones.
Let's go to Louisiana. What do you guys say? Mandy is on the line. Mandy, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi.
Hey, Mandy.
I'm a first time caller. Hi,
Oh,
I'm a
wonderful.
first time caller. I live in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay.
Lafayette,
Great area.
And I was there. Is that where the college is?
It is.
Isn't that where the
Yes.
Yes.
the Raging Cajuns?
UL. Yes, that's
Yeah,
UL.
I wish you guys had more spicy food, Mandy. Said no
Yeah,
one.
it's a little spicy. It's a little spicy for me too.
But anyway, well, thanks for calling, Mandy. And you want to ask, answer, or both?
I'm going to try to answer. I'm just taking a guess about the oxygen. I don't remember the
Okay.
the exact.
Let me ask the question again for the listeners who are new to the show right now, and then you can answer it. The question is: there are two main sources of oxygen on planet Earth. What are they? And go ahead, Mandy. What are they?
I'm not sure if this is the answer. If it's something different: water, air, and fire. No.
They were a good group back in the 70s.
But that's not the answer.
No, that was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind,
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Don't give it away. You still got time.
Yeah. Well, your answer was what now? Two
Water, air,
main
and
sources.
fire.
Two main sources, not three.
Hey, you tried,
Oh.
but that's not it, Mandy. What's your question for
Okay.
us?
Oh, I really don't have a question. I was just trying to answer. But and anyhow, the lady that answered fashion, the answer to that, I was going to say The Exorcist, because there was a priest in there, and they do practice
R-rated.
exorcism. So, yeah, it was R-rated, so that was going to be my answer, but it was wrong anyhow.
Was
so.
that talking about The Exorcist was R-rated?
Oh, yeah. That probably is pretty high.
That was inappropriate for children?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Okay. That's when
My dad
yeah.
was a salesman, and he was on the road somewhere in North Louisiana. When he came back home, he said, Evelyn, to my mom, he said, don't you ever let those children see that movie. And I didn't watch it till I was in my 40s or 50s,
Right.
and it's scared me. I could not sleep for days.
That's when you were in your 40s. Right.
Well, I will
Imagine how much it scarred kids that watched.
Yeah.
I will say this, Mandy, I've said this on the air before, but you probably didn't hear it. But when I was in high school, my biology teacher gave me a copy of the book, The Exorcist, by William Peter Blatty, I think is who wrote it. And I was not a Christian. I didn't know God. I got probably a third of the way through that, and I couldn't read it. I had to stop reading it. I was a high school senior, and I was so scared that I just couldn't finish reading it. I've never seen the movie, and it wasn't too long after that I actually became a Christian.
Is that when Linda Blair impersonated an owl?
Yes. That's, where her head
did her owl impersonation.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Mandy. Appreciate you
Have a
calling.
good weekend.
First-time caller. Mandy
make
from
sure-
Lafayette. That's what she said.
Lafayette, Louisiana. Make sure to set your clocks forward. We've mentioned that a couple of times. It's easy to miss. This is going to be pretty exciting for me because my clock in my truck's going to be right now.
You didn't change it.
No, I did not change it.
By the way, it's probably it's too late to take down the Christmas lights. I would say go ahead and leave them up.
It's too late to take
I'm
them down?
with Tim. If you've waited this long, here we are in March.
Just hope people don't notice.
That's
'cause,
it.
You know, the greenery grows over them and stuff. No, I'm talking about now. I don't think this is unique to Mississippi, but I mean,
No.
we have people among us who leave their Christmas lights on well into February.
And this is
and
one of the many reasons why I don't put lights up outside,
Right.
because I know I'll be going, I'll do that next
I don't
weekend.
want to take them down.
Yeah.
I do
It's
it.
dark when I drive in each morning, and about 3 weeks ago, I saw somebody's Christmas tree. It's one thing to have lights up on the gutter. Christmas tree in the picture window.
Still up?
Still up.
And the lit and everything?
Lit, yes.
You might want to knock on their door and make sure they're still alive. Because that's
do a welfare check.
And if they are, I would just say, well, I had to check on you because
who does this?
There's the deal.
It's March and your Christmas tree's up.
I ain't licensed, I ain't registered, but I've deputized myself pulling in the driveway here because I keep seeing y'all's Christmas tree up in the. And I just want to do a welfare check all on my own here, make sure everybody's okay.
Everybody okay? All right, Trivia Friday on AFR. Back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Alabama, and Allison is on the line. Allison, welcome to Trivia Friday. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey, Allison, do you spell your name like, how do you spell your name?
Allison.
Okay.
2 L's.
Well, my wife is 1 L. She's a 1 L, Allison.
Okay.
That's rare. Most of them are ALL. Sometimes ALLY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Well, Allison, thanks for calling from, where do you live in Alabama real quick?
I live in Russellville, Alabama.
Okay. You're about an hour from us, 45 minutes.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
so. And listen, well, Allison, thanks for calling. Ask, answer, or both?
Both, please.
Okay. Which one do you want to answer?
It was the how many U.S. states border Mexico?
Yes, ma'am. And Allison, you Roll Tide fans are trying to hijack our show this morning. We've already.
No, War Eagle.
Oh,
you were taking a risk right there, JJ. That's
wasn't thinking about the
that's
map
very
there.
That's offensive.
Yep.
So you know you.
Boy, I've already started off on the wrong foot.
Make it up to.
All right, here's the question, Allison. How many U.S. states share a border with Mexico?
Okay, so it's California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
You got it. I was hoping that you would name them and not just say that there were four.
Yeah,
that's.
I was asking. I was asking someone in our family, and they said 5, and they said Nevada.
You know, some people, if you're going to leave one out, a lot of people probably would leave California out. You don't think of it like you do Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, but
you got Tijuana.
You got the Baja Peninsula.
That's it, and you go cross right into Tijuana.
Yep. I've been there for surgery. It's they got some good.
I'm coming over
some
for
good deals.
They got some good deals.
Goodness.
You gotta.
Yeah, here's the deal though. When you didn't tell me you was originally redheaded, that's why you kept waking up.
I mean, I know you're rolling the dice, but you know what I'm saying? The cost is just so much less. Those.
That was.
I think
that's great.
We're going to hear that again on Hilarious Highlights number 27.
All right, Allison, you got it right. You have a question for us?
I got a riddle for you.
Okay, riddle me.
Right.
Riddle me that.
Okay. So when you need me the most, you throw me out. But when you don't need me, you bring me back. What am I?
It's a pancreas. Everybody knows that, Allison. We're not even medical professionals.
No, I was going to say a boyfriend in high school. That's what happened.
No, wait.
That's
Allison,
what happened to me. Over and over.
While we're stalling, his heart. He was broke up with so much, Allison. Ed's heart beats with a limp. He was broken up.
What's the question again?
What's the question again?
Okay, so when you need me the most, you throw me out. But when you don't need me, you bring me back in. What am I?
It always goes back to Christmas decorating, doesn't it?
I think it's a country song. What it is, right there. I think that's Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty, 1961. Look it up.
I'm right after the show, Tim.
You don't believe me? Look it up.
Allison, we obviously don't know, but we're going to try to remember it after you tell us.
I don't know. What's the answer?
An anchor.
Okay.
So say the riddle again so we can plug that in.
Okay, so when you need me the most, you throw me out. But when you don't need me, you bring me back. I'm an anchor.
Anchor.
An anchor.
Good. The riddles are always
that's awesome.
Slap your forehead. How did I know?
How did I get that? Yeah. Way to go, Allison. Great Q&A. Thanks for calling. You take care,
Allison,
okay? And War Eagle.
War Eagle. That's what I was about to say. Try to make it up to her.
For those who don't know, War Eagle is the battle cry for the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah.
So, and they also fly an eagle. I don't know, it's a bald eagle. They fly an eagle inside the stadium.
Yes.
And it flies around. It's trained and it flies around the stadium during the football game, and flies back to the window where they let it out of.
You remember last year that it was kind of horrifying. Some lady snuck her little dog into the stadium, and that eagle swooped in. That was horrifying.
Well, there are signs.
ESPN.
There are signs when you enter the stadium that warn you about that.
Yeah, if you got a little Chihuahua dog.
Try to sneak a little dog in here, see what happens. That's what the sign says.
That'll teach you.
Word. Hey, and I want to make mention that tomorrow afternoon they're going to have bald eagle on the menu. The wild game.
Are you being serious?
Oh, it tastes.
You're making fun.
I'm making fun.
You just got.
Oh, that's right.
You think I want to go to prison?
I just got
federal agents.
That's it.
Well, I'll tell you. One time, somebody did ask me. It was a game warden. If I was eating bald eagle,
right?
And I said no. I said I'm eating owl, but it tastes like chicken.
That's right.
I think I messed that joke up.
You're supposed to say it tastes like bald eagle.
I would just say this eagle ain't bald. That's what you should have said.
I apologize for
that was
lowering the humor IQ.
I didn't need that before lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did it, Brand, did I get it? Is it a bald eagle? Or
sometimes they fly the bald eagle
at Auburn.
Yes, but it's the golden eagle.
The golden eagle.
That's right.
Which is the name of the University of Southern Mississippi team.
Yeah.
They're the Golden Eagles. So, all right, you're listening to Trivia Friday. Probably repeat our questions quick.
For the last time.
Okay, I've got two left. In the book of Acts, who was the first Gentile, that is non-Jewish convert to Christianity? And then second question, how much of the earth is covered by water, roughly? Is it roughly 50%, 60%, 70%, or 80%?
Here's what I've got. First question, true or false? A cockroach can live 9 days without its head before it dies of starvation. Is that true or false? That a cockroach can live 9 days even without its head? Second question, which U.S. president had a sign on his desk that read, "The buck stops here," and "Easy Hunters," that has nothing to do with venison?
All right, my question is what is the origin of the expression, the third degree? Where do we get that from? Somebody giving somebody the third degree. Where do we get that expression from? Number two main sources of oxygen on planet Earth. What are they? Back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Texas, and TJ is on the line. TJ, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thanks so much. Enjoy listening, guys.
Thank you, Brother TJ. Thanks for calling. Ask, answer, or both?
You're supposed to ask me where in Texas.
Yeah. My bad. Where are you from?
No. Because we're so proud of it. I'm calling from Brenham, Texas, which is the home of Bluebell ice cream.
Oh, wow.
That is something to be proud of.
That is something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Bluebell.
All right, TJ, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
Well, I want to answer, but I want to answer in multiple choice. And here's why, is I read chronological Bible, and I don't know if Simon the sorcerer was a Gentile. He probably was a Jew. But then there's the Ethiopian eunuch, and that's before Cornelius. So there's my multiple choice answer.
Okay.
I think he's talking about your question.
Yeah,
Ed.
okay. Here's
You want to
the
give
question.
the question again?
In the book of Acts, who was the first Gentile or non-Jewish convert? And the answer I have is Cornelius, a Roman centurion, in Acts chapter 10. I don't know. Simon the magician, or he's called by different names. I think that's in Acts chapter 8. He was not a convert, as far as I know. He was trying to buy his way into having the Holy Spirit. And I think the Ethiopian eunuch comes after chapter 10, doesn't it?
No, they both chronologically in my Bible come before Cornelius, but mine says that Simon himself believed and was baptized, and he followed Philip everywhere, astonished by the great signs and miracles he saw. So that sounds conversion to me, but he may have been a Jewish acolyte or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He's reading chronological.
Hey, thank you for reading your Bible, and nicely done there, TJ. Boy, you got the eunuch that climbed up in the chariot.
Hey, real quick, your question for us, TJ.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Okay, here's my question, guys. He was elected a U.S. president, served one term. He then ran again and was beaten in his next term, and this was back in the 19th century. And then he ran again and won his second term, but there was the interruption in between. Who was this U.S. president?
Okay, I think it's Theodore Roosevelt. Is it?
No.
Okay. Hey, we are just about out of time. Why don't you go ahead and give the answer?
Okay, it's Grover Cleveland.
Okay.
And he was elected in 1884. He lost in 1888 and regained it in 1892. And when they left the first term, his wife told them, "Don't move the furniture. We're going to be back."
Okay. Hey, TJ, that is great history.
Absolutely,
We got to let
TJ.
you go because we are out of time.
Talk about a name that's lost in history.
Yes.
Right.
Nobody names their kid Grover anymore.
No,
You
I think
notice
he's
that?
one of the Muppets, though. So, Grover Cleveland, wasn't he in a trash can or something?
70% of the earth is covered by water. That's the answer to my last question.
Cockroach can live 9 days without his head. True or false, guys?
True.
100% true. Which U.S. president had a sign on his desk that read, "The buck stops here"?
Harry S. Truman.
Yes, sir.
The expression "the third degree" comes from Freemasonry. A master Masons are subject to intensive testing to qualify for the third degree.
Really?
Of Masonry. That's how we get that. We get our two main ways we get trees and the ocean.
The ocean.
They're predominantly marine plants and plant-like organisms in the ocean provide oxygen. So trees and plants in the ocean. We'll see you next Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Spiritual Heritage Tours with AFA President Tim Wildman include a tour of Washington, D.C. and a